You wanna argue? I can't argue with you. You mad? I can't argue with you. No. Look at you. Look at you. You mad? Look at you. You big mad. I'm happy. Leave me alone. I'm happy. Sweat. I'm happy. Leave me alone. I'm happy. Sweat. Leave me alone. I'm happy.
What I'm on here for about is Queen Shiba.
Play that louder now. We don't get to hear that often. Say it louder. I think you are very open-minded about a lot. I think you haven't had an opportunity to experience a conservative relationship. Hold on. And if and when you do, come back and talk to me. Yeah.
What you don't realize is that you don't listen, man.
I don't have to. You're not my daddy.
Baby, what's in there wine? I feel sexy as fuck. I see why y'all like wine.
All right. Happy Tuesday and welcome back, Palace. We normally don't go back to back, but we gotta talk. We have to talk. This is such a serious conversation. And I'm gonna tell you, in about 30 seconds, I'm gonna click my timer. I'm gonna time myself. I told myself, listen, I'm up out of here in 45 minutes. 45 minutes or less, I'm up out of here. I wanted to come and we gotta talk about, is this the end of the road for Melody Shari as it relates to Love and Marriage Huntsville? OWN Network, you may have just fumbled the ball, because I have a funny feeling and a sneaky suspicion, man, based on rumors, y'all, the streets are talking. And by streets, I hone in on the psychological and the behavioral traits of the Black experience. That means I pay attention to everything, honey. And the streets have been talking. If you are watching past behavioral trends from Melody Shari, if you're watching what the Scots are doing, not doing, what Carlos is posting, OWN, I have a question. Did you fumble the ball? Did you lose your leading lady? We're going to talk about it. But before we do, the poll results are in. I posed the question to all of you prior to this live starting, and I asked you a simple question, because I want to make sure. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it now. Oh, Lord, please say it's here. Okay, here we go. The poll results. I asked you all, would you tune in if Melody Shari left the show? Over 644 votes, 70, and there were three options. The first option was absolutely, I enjoy OWN Network. The second option was nope, Black excellence is gone. The third option was what show? Who is OWN? 78% of 644 votes. Y'all voted. The people have spoken. The subscribers, the fans, whatever you want to call it, of OWN Network says no, they will not tune in if Melody Shari leaves the show. I believe she's out of here. I believe Melody Shari is out of here. Let me see if I'm alone. I think it's a done deal. Oh, Mod B say I didn't see that poll. You must have just pulled up. It's been sitting there for at least 2 hours, Mod B. I'm sorry you didn't get a chance to vote. But yeah, we had over 644 votes. Yep. All right. So before I get into the thick of things, should I decide to open up the poll? It's going to be a priority panel only tonight. It's going to be a priority panel only. If you are a priority panelist, then you know what that means. If you have the higher tier membership, then you get to come up to speak. You have first dibs. If I open the panel, okay? Now, Let me get to my super chats really quickly. Let me do this real quick, and then we're going to get into the thick of it. I'm not going to hold you long. I'm going to let you.
All right, Palace, the Super Chat Squad is in the building. We appreciate you, baby. The Super Chats are fire. Get in your bag.
That's a lot of money.
Ooh-wee, baby. Y'all are coming in hot and heavy. Thank you, Denise, a.k.a. 1908. Ooh. Denise, a.k.a. 1908, gifted one Queen Shiba Darling membership. So if you received a notification that you are now a member of the Palace, you can thank Denise. Show her a little bit of love in the chat. Thank you, Denise. Sexy RN coming through with a 10-piece and a pepper. She said, did they fumble, or was it the plan to make Mel leave the show? Let's talk about it. That's a great question. As a matter of fact, we can kick off the show with your question. That is a great question. Do you feel like OWN Network fumbled, or do you feel like the plan all along was to get Melody off the show? Damn, I'm kind of feeling like I need to open up the panel to priority immediately. But I'm going to go with what I said. Let me highlight her comment. Did they fumble, according to Sexy RN? Or do you feel like she's being pushed off the show? Let's talk about it. Let me see what y'all are saying. Okay. God's Grace said they fumbled. They fumbled. That's what we got. God's Grace was the only person to answer, so I'm going with that. She said they fumbled. I think they fumbled. If I had to sit here and use a little bit of common sense. American Born said they fumbled. Yep. Let's see. Angela Jones said she feel like OWN Network fumbled their leading lady. Positively DD says, I think the fan. Oh, okay. You know what? Would you be willing to come up if I open up the line for you? Only for you. Would you be willing to come up and explain that? Or just elaborate a little bit? I think that's a very interesting comment. I would love to hear more. And let me know in the chat. Mods, if you can keep an eye out for her response, I'll drop the link just for you right now. I'd love to hear more because that's different. That's different. Okay, so far the consensus is that most of you believe that OWN Network fumbled the bag when it comes to Melody Shari. Okay, and maybe there wasn't a plan to leave to get her off the show. Now, if we go that way, if they fumbled the bag, I can't help but to question if Melody Shari, if the rumors are true that she's not coming back, then I have to wonder, are the investors aware? And if so, are there any type of strategies in place to have any conversations, any talks? You know, sometimes when you get ready to leave, you know, like in corporate America, I wonder, would they put anything in place to keep her? And here's what I'm going off of. I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, let me go to the next one. Janice Walker, thank you. Coming through with a 20-piece and a pepper. Hey, Janice. She said, I knew it when the season started. She started with short blonde and ending with short blonde hair. Alpha and the Omega. Janice, I didn't even think about that. Wow. Janice, that may have gone over some of their heads. Janice said she started with the blonde and ending with the blonde short hair, the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. Man, y'all are clever. Woo! Jackie Wilson Rudy coming through with a 20-piece. Jackie said, OWN fumbled. And if Bravo is smart, they will pick that ball up super fast and give Mel a peach if she wants it. How many of you, let me ask you this. I wouldn't be surprised. To be honest, I'm going to ride with Jackie. I wouldn't be surprised if Melody Shari is already getting other offers from other networks, bigger networks. I know I would go after her. I would. And let me tell you why I said I believe it's a wrap. Is this the end, my friend? I believe it's a wrap. If you watch Melody's behavior in the past, when the new seasons would gear up, she would be posting weeks out about the show. Hey, y'all. Da-da-da-da-da. She ain't said not one damn word. Not one word about this show. The only people that have come out to speak have been the Scots. And we saw that. I think that was 48 hours ago, maybe 72 hours ago, the Scots came out. And many of you feel like they fumbled their own live. Do y'all think, because I do, that OWN may have put the Scots up to doing that live? The more and more I think about it, I was like, the timing seems just so, it just didn't make any sense. It was very abrupt. It was out of nowhere. It wasn't fluid. It wasn't seamless. The Scots really don't, okay, now all of a sudden you're interested in the show and Black excellence. That's kind of unusual coming from the Scots. If I look at the psychological and the behavioral traits of the Black experience, if I look at that, the Scots have been with the shits for the past 9 seasons as it relates to just going off of everything, all things Melody Shari, Martell Holt, child custody cases, and may her soul rest in peace, even when it came to Letitia's own cousin. Y'all were for everything. Social media, about everybody, social media. And I found it kind of strange that all of a sudden the Scots were like, we're done. No social media, back to Black excellence. And it didn't make any sense to me. And then it finally hit me. You know what? You know what? You sure right, Queen Shiba. Okay, this happened over here. And I'm going to run down to you what I'm talking about. Okay, and this is the play over here. You know what? Did OWN Network encourage the Scots to go out to garner interest? Hey, we need y'all to go live. Melody Shari is not returning. We need you to garner interest. We need you to go out there and make something shake. Get a feel for the crowd. Get a feel for the millimeters. Ask them what is it that they would like to see on the show. The Scots ain't never gave a damn about what y'all wanted to see on the show. To them, y'all are hellhounds and heathens, deplorables, miserable. And I was like, okay, something is up. And I don't know what it is. And now the more I start to put 2 and 2 together, it's all starting to make sense if the rumors are true. And if what the streets are saying is true. Melody's out of here. The Scots may have just gotten wind of it. OWN is probably scrambling. Hey, we need you to earn your keep. We need y'all to go out here. We need a live. We need a live. And now let's break it down. We know that Wanda, Tisha's mother, was released from the show for her egregious behavior regarding children. Her lack of decorum, her lack of manners, her lack of discretion when it comes to children. That's it. That's all. I don't give a damn about who you like or who you don't like as an adult. You were not let back on that show because you attacked innocent children, period, point blank. And the Holts stood together. They put their foot down and they said, if she's on the show, then we're off. And as a result, Wanda was off the show. Now it's been stated matter-of-factly by other content creators. So Wanda is coming back, and that's a fact. That's not allegedly, according to other content creators. And if Wanda is on the show, ain't no way in hell I could see a white investor choosing Wanda over Melody. I just don't see it. I don't see a white man putting his dollars over Wanda, over Melody. I don't see it. I'm sorry. That's it. That's all. Call me what you want. Say what you want. It don't make sense for me as a millionaire, me to place advertisements because I, as a white investor, a rich white man, want to see Wanda on my television screen. That doesn't sell. That doesn't make sense to me. That's not, you know what, almost, no. And if Wanda is on the show, that has to mean Melody is gone. Thank you. Always be cute. She says, I don't see it either. A cussing and a fussing and a huffing and a puffing, talking about kids and bitch this and ho that. Nah, I don't see no rich white man putting his bottom dollar down on that, baby. I don't give a damn. Now, sometimes y'all got to pause and just think. What white man? I'm serious. We talking money. Investors like to protect their investment. So if Wanda is coming on, that has to mean Melody is gone. The question is why? Is it true? And is OWN scrambling to fix it? And if it's true that Wanda is coming on, and if Melody, let's just say OWN Networks, if it's true, works something out with Melody, what does that mean for everybody else, if anything? I started to think about it a little bit more. And I was like, okay, you could be right. But why else? Why would Melody leave her bread and butter? The number one reason, the one that the Scots are pitching, Black excellence. You've never heard them say it before. You've heard the fans scream, you need to get back to the foundation of the template of the show, Black excellence. The reason why 90 to 95% of us tuned in the first place because this was a show that was different. This was a show that we had not seen before. Black people, beautiful, coming together, no love and hip hop type shit, no bitches and hoes, no talking about nobody's kids, and I'ma whoop your ass and I got a chop of this and I got a chop of that. It was none of that when this show first started. And that's the primary reason 90 to 95% of us tuned in. And I can't help but to wonder, number one reason, could she be leaving the show because it's gotten away from what's in alignment with her brand, her personal brand before she was introduced to us? Because I know Maurice likes to say her introduction to the public was that of embarrassment. I do believe, if I'm correct, if you go back and track her business record, Melody was doing big shit before we met her. Was she not a certified millionaire at the early age of 27? 26, 27? So I don't believe that was the first introduction to the public. I think we had just gotten put on when we met her on Love and Marriage Huntsville. The other thing I could think about, I'm like, okay, what else? Then I was like, okay, this show has gotten so far from reality. So what about OWN's treatment of women on the show? The revenge P that Letitia Scott came out and said, yes, it does exist. The one that Carlos challenged. You remember? Carlos said, you would think you would remember having a penis in your mouth. You don't remember when Carlos said it at the second reunion? So he had to have seen it because he said, you would think you would remember. And if you go back and look at that clip, Martell did not say what the tape entailed. It was Carlos that gave detail. Number two, it's like, damn, I wouldn't work for a corporation neither. I would not feel safe as a woman if it's gotten away from my brand, it's too far down the road. And then your depiction and your treatment of women, it's almost like you protect the men at all costs. And then you have a cast member that comes out and say, it's not alleged. And we did see the revenge P. And I mean, the tape does exist. It's a fact. And not only that, we saw his mistress and OWN still ain't did shit. Now, never mind what Melody was going through, but the cast member validated that this is true and OWN still didn't do anything about it. As a matter of fact, they swept it on the rug, under the rug. Yeah, that would be a good reason to leave. And then I thought about another one. But before I get to that one, let me finish your super chats. Jackie Wilson Rudy. Oh, yeah. We talked about the other networks. Yeah, thank you, Sexy RN. She gifted 5 Queen Shiba Darling memberships. And listen, if you just got that ping that you're now a member of the palace, y'all better make sure you thank the Sexy RN. Queen Saga 82 coming through with a 5-piece and a pepper. She says, do you think OWN really knows? Really knows what? I believe Carlos King knows, and it was his plan. I think he thinks he's seen her get, I think he thinks he saw her getting bigger. So I think what you're asking me are the higher ups, the shot callers, the people with the money. Do they really know what's going on in real time? I think they probably don't know. I think they're trusting Carlos as production and head over talent. They probably are not aware. I mean, would you tell your boss everything if you know you done effed up? If you know shit has just gone too far? Probably not. If I had to guess. Sexy RN came back with a 10-piece and a pepper and says Mel was allowed to be bullied for several seasons. That's what I'm saying. It's completely like the way they depict women. CK even tried to get people from other shows to bully her on his podcast. Yeah, that was pretty deplorable. Sometimes hatred will cause bad business decisions, but is he really the one? See, now you take me to a different question. Is he the one that's making the decisions? Because to me, if any network that has a number one show loses their leading lady, to me, that should be escalated above a production company that I've recruited to work the cameras. Whew. Who is or who are the people making the decisions? Is it Carlos? Is it OWN? Great question. Jay Beauty coming through with a 5-piece and a pepper says, I think either way she will skyrocket. It's time to watch Mel take off. 2024 was the year of exposure. 2025, God will shake some stuff up. I follow you. Samantha Graham coming through with a 20-piece and a pepper says, I hope they fumbled so she can soar with no limits. It's time. She is poised for takeoff. How long were they contracted, y'all? Was it 5 years, 6 years, 7 years? Did their contracts end or do they get to renegotiate every year? She just may be gone now that I'm thinking about it. Because if she didn't receive, what do they call it, an offer letter, or she didn't renew her contract, if contract renewals were on the table for what, December, November, and she ain't said nothing about the show? Yeah. Okay. Hannah Grace coming through with a 5-piece and a pepper says, hello, Queen and Palace. OWN can never fumble the bag when it comes to Melody's stake in Love and Marriage Huntsville. She has more bases covered than we know. You know what? You make a good point, and I'm going to go to some data to support what you just said. Janice Walker coming through with a 20-piece and a pepper. Thank you, Janice. She said on one of her lives, she stated she started to tell us something, but Lauren said, not now. She ended it by saying, pray for my team. I think it was the one talking about, toxic leadership. You know what? Janice, you make a good point. Because if things were fledgling then, to me, OWN Network would have had enough time, if they really have an ear to the streets of what's going on, because I know I would, to kind of ask questions and probe months and months ago. If my leading lady says leadership is toxic, baby, I would have had meetings. I would have had conference calls. What do you mean? Hey, that's a very interesting statement to make publicly on TikTok. Can you go into a bit more detail? Shell coming through with a 10-piece and a pepper says, it doesn't align with Melody's brand. Look at the company she keeps, like Hill Harper, Megan Good, et cetera, versus the company they keep. Ooh, I'm going to leave that one right there. Square Biz 72 coming through with a 20-piece and a pepper says the Scots are speaking of Black excellence now because they simply do not want to discuss their marital issues as long as Martell is on the show. Carlos King wants the storyline to be about that, and so they are pissed. It's all up in the air right now. It's all up in the air right now, if you ask me. So I did a little bit. I was like, you know what? I think it's done. I think OWN has fumbled the ball when it comes to their primary talent, Melody Shari. How do you do that? I mean, how do you fumble your talent? So then I start thinking, what would this look like? Because it sounds good when we say she's blessed, Queen Shiba, she'll be fine, this and this and that, right? So then I was like, wait a minute, let me go back to my receipts, baby. And let me see if I put it on here. I hope I did. Right. I think this is it. She posted this. And it says, thankful. 5.7 million views in the last 30 days. Numbers don't lie. Hot commodity. Ooh, maybe there are offers from other networks. Hot commodity, period. And this is why people will hate. But let me tell you something. Pray for enemies, for they know not what they do. Now, if this lady can pull in 5.7 million views and OWN, what does it call, y'all? When we watch OWN and we tune in and they average about 285, 287. Yeah. Their views, when they do the count, what's the word? They average around, they kind of loom around, hover around, average 285. Compared to 5 million views, she can do it on her own. She can do it on her own if she decided to leave that show, in my opinion. If you pull in 5.7 million views, ratings, thank you, Latrice, and they're averaging their ratings around 285K. Yeah, that's not good, OWN. How in the hell you finesse that and fumble that bag? But then her mother's not even on the show. And I think Miss Van posted, I think Miss Van posted the grandkids, right? If you go look on her Instagram, she posted the grandkids and that got over 500,000 views. So this family is outperforming the ratings of Love and Marriage Huntsville on OWN anywhere. Anyway, Melody and her family, the views that they're pulling in is outperforming the ratings of the viewers that tune in. So more people are interested in going directly to her as opposed to tuning in and turning on the television to see her on screen. And I think it's because she's more personable with her fans. She's more up close, front and center. And then based on this poll, over 644 votes, 78% of you voted no. If Melody Shari leaves the show, you will not tune in to OWN Network. That's pretty telling as it relates to the data, the analytical, the data and the analytical whatever of it all, okay? That's pretty telling. So I wanted to tell a story with numbers because numbers don't lie. It's one thing for us to get up here and talk emotional, but we got to show numbers. And that's how you create a solid business case. And that's why I'm almost 90%. If I had to put $1,000 on it, I'm gonna say she ain't coming back. It's done. It's a wrap based on the numbers, based on the post that she showed, based on what her mother is pulling in, the views that she's pulling in, based on your polls. And not only that, how far the show has gotten away from her personal brand, the brand that she brought onto the show, the things that she was doing in the community prior to ever shaking hands and sitting down with the likes of a Carlos King. Now, my last question to you. Do you think OWN will okay, let's do this. If she were on Bravo and she walked away from a show, do you think Bravo would try to retain her? You know, before Nene Leakes sued Bravo, Bravo did everything in their power to keep Nene. They would do everything in their power to keep Candy, to do everything in their power to keep Kenya. Do you think OWN Network would do the same for Melody Shari? Or do you feel like they're like, okay, we got what we needed? TB, you may be correct. She says if you post that poll again, that poll, I bet you the numbers would be higher. Yeah, because we have over what? We have almost 3,000 people. I bet if I post that poll again, should I go ahead and post it? Would y'all like for me to go ahead and post it real quick and see what the results are? Okay, give me 15 seconds. Y'all are saying yeah. Let's just see. Numbers don't lie. Now it's more of you here. And if you don't feel that way, then vote. And we'll really see now that we have more than 600 people. Okay. Would you tune in? Would you tune in to OWN Network? Oh, no. Y'all got to vote. Hold on. If Melody left. Yep. Hold on. Wait. No, I ain't watching. Yes, I would watch. Yes, I would watch. Hold on. Let me put it. All right. I just started the poll. I'm gonna let the poll run. Just click. Okay. All you have to do, it should pop up on the live chat. I believe, if I'm working it right, it should pop up. Let's go ahead and work these numbers so we can see. So click the live chat and then vote. And I'm gonna let it run for 5 minutes because I want everybody to be able to vote. So thank you, TB, for giving us that idea in real time. Let's start it over. The first round was 78%. Now let me continue because I promise y'all I'm not going to keep you here long. And I'm already at 32 minutes. Okay. So the first question is, do you think OWN is going to try to keep her as talent, to retain talent? Would you, as an investor, say, hey, listen, get your ass out there. We need to fix this. We need to make it right. As a matter of fact, what the hell is going on? I thought we were the #1 show. Carlos, what is going on? That's what I would be like. Okay. So I do believe this is a conversation based on business that's well above Carlos because now we're talking money. Y'all have to understand how these things work. The investors, the sponsors, the people, the advertisers, they're going to lose a lot of money if this lady walks away from this show, especially if they've renewed their contract and bought more episodes the way, you know how they can order more episodes. So they're expecting a return on their investment. if you really understand how the game works. And then all of a sudden, what do you mean, Tom? What do you mean she's leaving? The hell? And they didn't know? Oh, yeah. This has to be a conversation, if the rumors are true, that's well above Carlos King. Trust me, ain't no rich investor throwing dollars into a show to hype up Miss Wanda over Melody. I don't see it happening. I don't see it happening. Sorry, not sorry. I said what I said. That shit has to make sense when it comes to business and when it comes to profit and the margin, the profit margin. These people expect to get money back. I know it's cute for us and for us Black folks, it's entertainment, but the people above with the money that's doing the yeses and the nos, they need to see something shake when it comes to their dollar. They need to see something shake when it comes to their dollar. Now, let me check out. It ain't happening. What do you mean, Desira? You meaning, are you saying she's not returning when you say it ain't happening? Okay, 6609 Jersey Gemini says, I think Carlos and his production team is the problem. Well, based on the current trend and a lot of talent that's coming out of OWN speaking up publicly, there have been women that have said, I don't feel safe with Kingdom Reign production. I don't feel safe with that production team. I've been placed in situations where I've been attacked as a woman. My psychological safety has been ripped away from me. I've been called bitch on a set. Producers have encouraged men to call me out of my name. It's been crazy. Monique Samuels came out and said, listen, Carlos King is not to be trusted. People are speaking out. So you may have a point. It could be Carlos and his production team. If you had to choose, if OWN had to choose, do you think they would choose Carlos over Melody? If it came down to that? That would be a tough one. Because I feel like OWN also has an investment in Carlos King. Why do you say that? He has his own show. Not only is he an executive producer over Kingdom Reign Productions, he also has his own show that they're investing in, Reality with the King, that's featured on OWN. Okay, Erica Marie says, hold on, Erica. She said they would definitely choose Carlos. They would definitely choose Carlos. Inez said, I think they would choose Carlos. Well, we shall see. Okay, Simone Wealthy says Queen Roland Martin did a whole breakdown on the advertisers and what they are putting money behind. For Black people, they think we are all the same as trash. You know what? I believe it coming from a white perspective. That's why I think the wisest move would be for Melody to leave, because I do believe that when they are looking down, figuring out who's worth it and who's not, there's no differentiation to them when it comes to us. We're all one. Put them all in the bucket. Put them all in the bucket. 609 Jersey says, because Carlos has so many shows, she feels like they would attempt to pacify both. That's a good terminology, pacify. Because when you think about a pacifier, you put it in a baby's mouth to shut them up, for lack of a better word. You put it in a baby's mouth to shut them up, to subdue them. I think they would pacify both. Babette Brooks coming through with a 5-piece and a pepper. She says, after seeing how every one of them stood against her throughout the entire history of the show, it's now time. Empress Nick coming through with a 10-piece and a pepper. She says, blackout in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mel is a hot commodity, a force to be reckoned with. That show is done. And if that show is done, if you are correct, then I wonder if Melody has any deals in the working with other networks, with other bigger carriers, Bravo, WeTV. Who else, y'all? We got WeTV, we got Bravo, we got Lifetime, we got Netflix. I wonder, Kicking it with Courtney, member for 19 months, says Wonder Talks in cursive. Make sure make sure your closed caption is on if you want to keep watching that ish on the show. Listen, I can't do it. I can't. I cannot do it, Courtney. I'll be on life support. Leo coming through with a 2-piece and a pepper says, I saw the shift when Portia posted a picture with Melody. Oh, how long ago? How long ago? Very interesting. All right, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to open up the live for priority panelists only. But before I do, we're going to go 15 minutes. That's it. That's all. Did the lady that said the fans fumbled the show, did she say if she wanted to come up? To Latrice, y'all remember the lady that said that the fans are the ones that have fumbled the show? And I said, hey, I think that's a very interesting comment for you to make. I would love for you to elaborate a little bit if you would like to come up. No pressure, right? I think it's I love people that think outside the box. If you're not shy, did she ever respond? Because if not, I'll open it to priority panelist. Let me see. Let me see. Yes. Okay, she did. Let me drop the link. Okay, positively D. Okay. Do not click the link right now. This link is only for positively DD. Positively DD, okay? Click the link, follow the instructions. We're going to wait on you. We're going to wait on you because you were courageous enough to say, no, owned and fumbled the ball. You guys, the fans, you fumbled the ball when it comes to the show. Thank you for being real and keeping it real. I would love for you to come up and not explain yourself, but just elaborate. And while she clicks the link, we're going to go to commercial. If you can just give me about 30 seconds. Give me 30 seconds. We're going to go to commercial to give her time, okay?
You all should be ashamed. How can you drink right after a funeral? Like this? Give me another one, then, Brady. Fred Sanford, you just left the house of the Lord, and now I'm in my house. All y'all ought to be ashamed drinking like a school of fish. My Bible says, be not drunk with wine. What does it say about scotch? Yes, why'd you go someplace else? Why'd you go ugly up somebody else's house? Who you calling ugly, sucker? You.
All right, we're back from break. I hope you can make it up positively, DD. I'll give you about 10 more seconds. If not, I'm going to open the line for priority panelists only. Listen, I know who my priority panelists are. That's the people with the higher tier membership. If you do not have that membership, don't click the link. This one is not for you. Leyland's Blair, I have a question for you. Did you go to Midwestern State University? Did you go to MSU? Did you go to MSU? Type it in the chat. Let me know. Okay, Desira TV, member for 9 months, says, I believe they cannot push Mel out, not the queen of reality. I feel like God said go, and she's leaving for a bigger bag. And when she said she has no expectations for the show, when did she say that? On one of her lives, she said, I knew it was a wrap. Gwendolyn, Miss Gwen coming through with a five piece and a pepper. She says, messy, evil, hateful people stick together. And do. I have to agree. Leyland's Blair said, but the talent has complained about production. That's true. And working environments at those networks. And hinted that production is lazy. Ooh. Barb coming through with a 10-piece super sticker. We appreciate you, Queen. Thank you. Those of you that are communicating via super chat is the quickest way to get your comments read. We really appreciate all that you do over here in the palace. Positively DD. Okay, what's the problem? She's saying, hold on, let me repost it. Actually, let me do this. It could be a bad link. Okay, priority panelists. I'm going to stay up here for a few more minutes, but at the end of the day, y'all, I think it's a wrap. I think it's a wrap. And let me check out the poll results. Ooh. All right, here we go. I'll share the new poll results with you. All right. So 5 minutes. I kept it up for 5 minutes. I kept it up for 5 minutes as promised. And here's where we are. I see those of you coming back, but I'm not going to bring you on just yet. I'm going to wait and keep my word for positively, DD. But let me show you the new poll results. Here we go. All right. In the first round, 644 votes, 78% says you will not tune in if Melody Shari left the show. You asked me to rerun the poll to get a real take, a real vote in real time, and I did. Here are the results. The reason why we're doing this is we don't want to have an emotional conversation. We want to talk data and analytics. Numbers do not lie. Would you tune into OWN Network if Melody left? Over 1,400 votes, and 95% of you says, nope, I ain't watching. 5% says, yes, I would watch. Now, let me break it down from the 5%, because a lot of times people want to discuss the bigger piece of the pie. So OWN Network, if you are listening, let me tell you what that 5% is. 1370. Hold on. 3 minus 1370. That's 73 people of 1,400 votes that said they would still tune in. So let's do this. Let's say OWN is pulling in on average 285K minus what? 95%. That leaves you with about 14,000 people, OWN, investors, sponsors, advertisers that would still tune in. You would lose approximately 285 minus 14. You would lose approximately 271,000 viewers. They're saying, if we can trust their word now, y'all say a lot. You would lose approximately 270,000 viewers, according to this poll, if Melody left. I know we're a little technical here tonight, but everybody said we're tracking Queen. Okay, awesome. All right, bet you know it. Welcome. What are your thoughts on today's conversation? Melody Shari did OWN fumble the bag. Do you believe this is the end of the road for Melody Shari as it relates to all things Love and Marriage Huntsville, OWN Network?
Hi, Queen Shiba. Thank you for having me up. I believe yes. And I say that Carlos King had been pushing the narrative very, very hard that Mel and her mellometers are the sole reason for the ratings drop. And that's exactly why I believe he chose to highlight that aspect on the show. I believe Carlos made the case to the executives that Mel needed to go in order to save the show, right? He painted the picture that the mellometers were such a problem. They were not only a problem because of the ratings drop, but they were also a problem personally to the businesses and the personal lives of the cast members on the show. Now, I believe that he has also um, promised that he will backfill what is lost by stacking the show with trash like Wanda and Coleslaw and the like. That's just my opinion. Thank you for having me up.
Thank you for sharing. I have one quick question for you before you go.
Yes.
Do you think it matters to the investors who goes, who stays versus the show remaining the number one show?
Absolutely not, because I personally believe that money is money to them and green is green. And just like one of the other viewers have stated, white people see black people as all the same, which is why Carlos has been so successful with this trash ass formula from network to network.
Wow.
So they believe trash is, sells to us. And so absolutely black excellence, which is the reason why it flew off the table initially and in the beginning, very, very shortly after the show began, is because Carlos implemented his, signature formula of garbage. So I do thank you for having me up again. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you for tuning in and thank you for coming up to share your thoughts. I really appreciate it. All right, y'all. I ain't cutting up tonight. I'm acting like I got some damn sense up in here since we're talking numbers. That's my thing. I love telling a good story with numbers. Okay. Deborah, welcome.
Hey y'all,
Hey,
how's
hey.
everybody? Listen, I'm one of the 5%. That's what I came up to say.
Okay, you got to tell
Yeah,
us what that means. Don't assume
I'm-
we're all on the same
okay,
page. What does that
no,
mean?
the 5% that would still watch own, and here's why. First of all, there's a new
See, I'm finna act a damn fool. I just said I'm not. I'm just kidding. Go ahead, Miss.
don't you act a damn fool. Because I came up here to say why. Why? I'm
Tell us.
one of it's a particular show that I like. The young black lady from I think it's Texas. She has the real estate show on there.
Mhm.
I like her show. I will not, however, I will not watch any of Carlos King's shows because I think they're okay. I think some of them are trash. Well, I think they're all trash. I support Melody, so when she leaves, if and when she leaves, Love and Marriage Huntsville, I will be leaving too. I don't watch the other shows, so I don't even know what's going on. I only hear what content creators talk about. I don't support his other ventures. But yeah, that's it.
Well, let
I
me
like
ask you
that.
a question real quick
Mhm,
before you leave. Should
uh-huh.
Carlos King do a complete 360, revamp his brand, revamp his shows? Would you tune in?
It would take a whole lot of proving first. He'd have to do a few seasons and get some reviews, and women, the majority of women would have to support him. That's the only way. I believe people can redeem themselves, but he's like, honestly, I just feel like the shows are trash. I remember Melody said something about like on her show on Nubian. She was saying how she was pretty much in the business of supporting families and not tearing them down. Every person, every family that comes onto this show, something happens. There's some kind of drama. Every last one of them. And that's why I didn't even bother to tune into that real estate show. I'm like, I'm not watching that because I've seen what he did on his first show, and I'm just
Okay.
not liking it. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's what I would watch that one little real estate show. That's the only other thing I would do. But that's it. That's
Okay. Well,
all.
thank you for being honest. Thank you so much, Miss.
Mhm.
You know we appreciate you.
All right, y'all. Talk to y'all later. Bye, y'all.
Okay. Bye. 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 Okay. I see you backstage, Simone Wealthy. You're on deck. So Crafty Lion, you got next. Go ahead. You got the mic. So Crafty Lion.
Hey Queen, how you doing? Good evening, everyone. I don't have positive, excuse me, expectations of Carlos. I think he puts out the type of shows that he likes. So I don't expect excellence from him because I think that he believes what he's giving us is his idea of excellence. And when it comes to melody, um, I'm not thinking own. I'm thinking Warner Brothers. She can leave the show, but
Oh, that's
it's
nice.
not owned. It's Warner Brothers, and they could have bigger and better plans for her. And
Mm.
maybe it could be in their intention to remove her from that because nothing, when it comes to numbers and dollars,
Okay.
they're not missing a beat. They know who's doing what and they know where it's coming from. Sometimes I feel like we think that they don't know it unless we say it, but they see it before we do. And they know it before we ever know it. And they know who is bringing the people to the network and why they're watching. And they aren't owned, they aren't Discovery. This is Warner Brothers. And I hope that they look at Melody and they see better things for her and move her to something better. So I don't know if they dropped the bag. They may have just switched up how the bag's going to be carried.
Oh, very, very solid business case. Hang out a little bit just in case I need your expertise.
Okay.
Simone Wealthy. So you got to unmute yourself, Simone.
Good evening. Good
Hey, welcome,
evening.
Simone. We're very interested to hear your thoughts. What do you have?
Well, I watched Roland Martin did a breakdown of specifically he was speaking on OWN and advertising and the dollars because he's always trying to get advertising behind his show. So he gave a really, in my opinion, a really good breakdown of OWN and basically the advertisers are driving what we see. They put the money behind what they believe we are all in the same capsule of the love and hip hop. So I think for the last few seasons, what we've been seeing, the trash that CK puts out here on Huntsville, that is basically the advertisers pushing that from according to his breakdown. And I'll send it to you too, because we have the minute mark and everything where he starts. It's a good maybe 15-minute breakdown that he goes through a lot of things. And it just
Please
kind of,
send that, and I would
yeah,
love for
I
you to break it
will.
down in members only, and I would like you to take the lead, facilitate that conversation, but keep going.
Yeah, but it just opened my eyes up to the whole bigger picture. It's all the advertisers. It's not the executives. It's all about it's almost like health insurance, like the doctors aren't dictating what they can do. They have to get the approval through health insurance companies now. It's almost, he broke it down almost like that, parallel to that type of factor that they are dictating what we see. So they believe all of us, unfortunately, all love this love and hip hop crap versus black excellence and seeing positive things. They think that we all are in that same capsule. So but I will send that to you. But as far as the very first lady that was on here, I have to disagree. I just think that was one of the rain drips that came over and was trying to fight for Carlos because what has he done that has been successful outside of Huntsville? Every show that he's tried to push through since then has basically failed. It's disappeared. The numbers never come out because they aren't drawing any big numbers. It is the same cut and paste show that he's been doing for the last 15 years, and he has not grown. He's shown no growth. He's not creative. His whole team is not creative. They put out the same cut and paste trash, and eventually, just like Huntsville, it all fails eventually, just like Huntsville is failing right now. So the snots didn't come out here and do that whole lie for nothing. Typically we see an arrogant Marceau. You could tell his draws was in a bunch over the weekend when they did that live. It was something very different about the energy with both him and Tisha. So it's a lot going on. But as far as Melody is concerned, the sky's the limit. I believe she's fielding all kind of offers, and I think they will all, fall into place for however she wants to do whatever with her career. I just see big things with Melody, so I think she will be fine. And that's all I got.
Thank you. And I hope you feel better. I know you're kind of under the weather, but I would love, let me ask the chat really quickly. Simone said that Roland Martin did a really good job of breaking down the numbers as it relates to how this reality television thing works when it comes to Black people, how they assess you, how they do just studies and assess you and put the dollars behind what they're going to drive. Would y'all be interested in us breaking that down so that let me tell you why, because you're going to be woke on this channel. If you don't do nothing else, you're going to wake the fuck up over here, whether it's in members only or whether every now and then I give you a taste from behind the wall. And that's kind of how we dig deep. We got some very, very astute women, very intelligent experts here. Is that something that y'all will be interested in? And if so, if it's a yes, do you want it behind the wall or do you want it publicly? So that, is it something that we should keep in the palace, or is it something that, shit, just share with everybody so we can all understand when we tuning in what we're supporting, what that looks like from a number perspective, and how people really think about us, public or behind the wall.
I
All
say
right.
public.
You say public?
Yeah, public. Everyone should know.
Everybody should know.
Yeah,
Okay, public. Sharing public or behind the wall?
Public.
Okay, Sharon.
And I say the reason I say public because 92% of Black women voted for Harris for a reason. And I think that it's need to be said because watching Love and Huntsville from season 1 to present, you do see a shift I do believe the first lady who made a comment about she believed the viewers, and I think a couple of people have said this. They keep bringing the millimeters onto the show, and I think that it was a speaking beacon to the tops to let them know what's going on, even though it was lies. I do think Melody might not come back, and that's fine. And you know, I had some people go, the lead star would leave, and they might come back later down the road. And either way she leaves, I'll leave too anyway. I'm planning to leave anyway off the Huntsville. And I think when the Scots came on, I do believe someone else was leaving. I believe that Maurice and Kimmy is not coming back. And I think that this show is showing when it first started, it was supposed to have been business-wise. But I think when Tisha lead off, Martell was cheating, that's when that dynamic went. As someone said at the dinner table, it was a no-go until somebody brought up the cheating. And that's when they get a green light to continue on taping. So I think that to listen to the advertising what's going on right now, it should be public.
Okay.
So that we all can be more aware of what we're watching and aware of how aware how the shows are developing and making sure that we understand, that we alert.
Okay.
That's it.
I received that. So this is what we're going to do. Simone is going to send that. Y'all, let me tell you something. You think I'm sharp? Listen, I'm kind of average bear when it comes to the palace. I'm average. I just so happen to kind of get to facilitate most of the conversations. We have a risk awareness assessor. So Crafty Lion, what's your position? And you assess risk for corporations. So she deals with
a risk manager.
A risk manager. So I'm going to allow her and Simone Wealthy to team up. And I'm going to be on that conversation. And we're going to schedule that. Y'all want to do that in the next, I'm going to say, what's today, Wednesday? Simone, how quickly can you get
Tuesday.
Today is Tuesday.
Oh,
Today's
Tuesday?
Tuesday.
Okay, so Simone, how quickly can you get that?
I can, as soon as we get off here, I can go search for it. It's in my messages. I got to go back about a month.
We're going to try to turn that around, y'all, in the next 24 to 48 hours so that we can, now listen, I know y'all, I know they say that y'all don't like nothing but entertainment and fighting and looting and shooting, but we're going to prove them wrong. We're going to get back over here and we're going to have a technical conversation so we can really know what the hell is going on. The psychological and the behavioral traits of the Black experience. That's it. That's all. And then anybody else that's a numbers person, analytical person, you're more than welcome to come up and support the conversation. Okay. That's what we're going to do over here because we needs to know. Because you're not going to be making money off of our ignorance. Once we know now. Now you're fully responsible for how much money you put into somebody's pocket. And with that being said, let me shift into my what is it called, y'all? My super chats real quick. And then I'm going to see if anybody else, positively, DD, where you at, baby? We've been waiting on you now. She said, I ain't coming up there. Okay.
I thought that was the first lady. I thought that was her who came up first.
Oh.
That
was how I see it. No, that was somebody else. How I see it. Okay, hold on. Give me 1 second. I hope I ain't get rid of somebody's super chat. Please forgive me. But you know what? Money comes to me.
Money comes to me, flowing effortlessly. Money comes to me, comes to me. Money comes to me, flowing effortlessly. Money comes to me. Money.
Yes. Thank you, Kathy. What a 2-piece and a pepper. We appreciate your donation to the palace. Thank you. Alberta Smith coming through with a 20-piece and a pepper says the show is beneath. Emily, I think you said Melody. You must have did an audio text. The show is beneath Melody. It has become so toxic to me. And it's not her vision for the show. Baby, let me tell you something. Don't trust that chat GPT. Don't trust them audio texts. It'll mess you up every time, especially if you calling in sick. Listen, Mrs. Boss Chick coming through with a 5-piece and a pepper says, why are the Scots 1.0 and 2.0 now preaching to show Black excellence? I don't know. It's a very interesting ploy. Very interesting. And I think it was so specific, which, see, when people get really specific for no reason at all, like we're not doing social media when you've done social media for the past 9 seasons. Nope. Explain yourself. It doesn't make any sense. Thank you, Aries. No, it's Rosemary Dean gifted 1 Queen Shiba Darling membership, y'all. They are paying. They are showing y'all love. If you just got notified that you got a membership, you better go thank Miss Rosemary. Thank you, Rosemary. Rosemary, was that you doing laundry on the cruise? Is that you, Miss Rosemary? The cutie pie? Okay, Miss Z coming through with a 5-piece and a pepper says, bear in mind that this is a poll of millimeters. No, who told you that? Who told you that? Miss Z? Come on up here. Let me drop the link. See, now that's a very polarized statement. I got to challenge you on that, Miss Z. You got to come up to support your argument. Who told you this is a poll of millimeters? The viewing audience is the viewing audience. You cannot say people that are tuned into the show are millimeters. Girl, people that are tuned into the show are viewers. Period. Come on up here, Ms. Z. But she says, bear in mind, this is a poll of millimeters, not the general viewership. What does that even mean? What percentage of the views are millimeters? You got to come up here and tell us, because you said it. You said it. Now you got to prove it. Come on up here. And I'm very snarky, but I'm being like funny. Okay, Nicole B, member for 20 months, said, did y'all notice that when Mel's movie came out, he was all over the net promoting his movie? Yes. From 2015. Didn't mention Marriage Mansion at all. Yeah. He was being petty. Okay, Prince of Peace makes a very good point. He said, but the problem with them pushing Melody out is his key players don't want to play. You know what, boy? You just want a prize. You just want a prize. They don't want to play at that level. Not at that level. And you know what? That's the problem when you give people money for nothing, for doing nothing. They don't want to work for it. That's it. That's all. Yvette Khan, member for 25 months, says, I truly hope Melody is done with this show. Beth Murph 005 coming through with a 10-piece and a pepper says, I think Melody only stuck with the show because it was her idea originally to represent Black excellence. She wanted to stick it out, but not at this point. The bag is the goal for the network, and trash sells. Trash also kills. And we've got to start holding these Black producers responsible for the mental anguish that they employ upon Black women at the risk of their psychological safety. Trash sells, but it also kills. It robs you of your dignity. It rips you of safety. How many women have come out in the last 90 days to say, I didn't feel safe? Carlos, you got to address it. You can't keep running from it, or you're going to run yourself into a wall. Aunt Natty coming through with a 5-piece and a pepper says, I'm what Melody's on. I know that's right. I'm on what Melody's on. And one crafty sister coming through with a 5-piece and a pepper says, Tisha, nobody wants to see your mama stand on your business. Melody is Black excellence. Hashtag millimeters. Listen, the people have spoken. The real Nikki, member for 22 months, says Mel is out, then I'm out as well. Hashtag Black excellence. Woo, baby, they are coming up to speak. Black Apple. It's about Black Apple. Because we were talking about Black excellence.
I have a question.
Sure.
Queen, why do you think that the Snots did that live? Why do you think that it's possibly production pushing them to talk about things that they don't want to talk about? Why now?
I don't think they necessarily told them what to say. I think they trusted their leadership in that. But if I had to guess, Melody was the only one that would push the show. Her fan base would carry it. And at this point, nobody's talking about it. Hey, do you guys mind? We're going to need you to get out there and do some promo. Remember how Oprah Winfrey wanted Monique to get out there and push Precious?
Right.
That's what I think.
Right. I think, I don't know, the way I saw it when I first saw it 48 hours ago, I just felt like it's some new people in place. I don't think they're dealing with the same people because I didn't understand for the last 8 seasons why they were allowed not to discuss their real lives. So why all of a sudden, if it's the same people, they're forcing them to? Why aren't they just continuing to let them lie and coddle and hide behind other things and totally ignore the Martell interview that he did with that lady? Why now? That in my head, I just feel like they're dealing with different people that are not honoring the, I don't know, a verbal contract, written contract that they had in place for the last 8 years, that they could, you know, make up stuff about what they're doing, just, not tell any truth. Now all of a
Because
sudden
that's
they're
not enough
dawdling.
anymore.
Yeah. I
It
don't think
wasn't
they're
enough.
dealing with new people. I think what you're seeing is Melody on her way out the door. And when you
Mm,
okay, no, let me break it down for y'all. Have you ever worked on a team where one person did the work and you were the one person and you said, I'm up out of here? I ain't saying shit else in that meeting. They're gonna have
mhm,
to work. I'm tired.
mhm,
And then as soon as you got tired and you quit talking and you quit working, it became exposed that the other people weren't so great. Why did you hire them? How did they get this job? Why are they here? See, incompetence. I don't think it's anybody new. I think just the situation has changed. So the strategy has to change. Now you got to get out there in the forefront. When you have a woman, let me show you the numbers. And I'm not sure if you saw the numbers I showed earlier. When you have a woman that gets 5.7 million views on her own, when you guys go directly to her page as opposed to tuning in just to see her, and she jumps on and say, "Hey guys, I'll see you tonight at 7 p.m. on da 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 da. Hey, what you think about this episode?" And hey, and then she no longer does it for month after month after month. Ain't nothing changed. The only thing that's changed is Melody Cherie,
mm,
in my opinion.
mm.
Bad Apple. I think you were wanting to get in. Follow me, Black TV. You're up next.
Hey, Queen and Palace, how's everybody doing?
Hey.
I just came up to address 2 things. The first speaker was Bet You Know Now. She is a content creator, and I heard somebody mention that she must be a raindrop. She is absolutely not a raindrop. I don't presume to speak for her, but she's never given anything from the perspective of a raindrop or anything that's or anyone who's other than supportive of Mel. And so what she said, I totally agree with it because if you're familiar with her content at all, she really speaks in a very logical from a very logical point of view, and she's basically following the money. She is seeing how the network is constantly investing in Carlos's product. And logically, you would say, well, based on the history of what we've seen, they've always chosen Carlos and they will continue to choose Carlos. Um, because Melody hasn't been quiet. She has expressed concerns about the show for years, and none of those have ever been addressed. Just like we, as supporters of Melody, have also expressed concerns about the show, none of them have ever been addressed. So the OWN network has shown a past history of supporting whatever Carlos does. And we don't expect them to do anything different. As far as what Ms. Z was saying about, she was just talking about your particular poll that you're running now, Queen Shiba. Basically saying that most of the people in the live right now who took the poll, who voted in the poll, are
pretty much supportive of Mel. So we're all gonna be like, no, we're not watching once she's gone. But she was saying how much of the actual audience of the show feels that way. And
Hold
me
on, wait,
personally,
Bad Apple. Are you talking about the lady with the super chat?
yeah, Miss Z with the super chat.
Okay. She
Yeah,
in whatever.
that's who I'm talking about now.
Okay, got you. Okay.
So she was just, saying that we on your channel right now, the people who have actually participated in the poll.
Well, we don't know that. We don't know.
Are we sure?
If we don't know if 3,200 people are all millimeters, that's a huge assumption.
Well, I mean, it doesn't necessarily, I won't say
'Cause I
millimeters
see
per
people
se.
arguing in the chat right now. We don't know who voted.
Oh, okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's a huge assumption. And it's not an attack, but we're talking numbers. We don't know.
Well,
To be
yeah.
honest, we can assume, oh, it's Queen Shiba's channel. They're millimeters. Girl, do you know how many people I get over here that don't like melody? But I'm also a channel that let people speak their mind.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's a fair point. That's a valid point. You're right. I just think that's the perception that a lot of us have, is that on your channel, we're surrounded by male supporters.
Not really.
And okay.
I just never switched up. My channel allows people to be free. I mean, okay, let me ask you something. What other channels you go to?
I frequent the Silver, Queen Shiba. I listen to, let me see.
Without naming the middle, do you ever go to people that are middle?
Middle?
Like in the middle of the road?
I think Diana Rose is in the middle of the road, and
Without naming people, do you listen to people that are
okay,
middle?
I'm sorry. Without
That's all
naming
right.
people, yeah, I do
Okay.
sometimes.
Okay.
Sometimes I do.
Without naming anybody, do you listen to people that are not middle when you need to get information? People that may not care for melody?
No, I don't.
Ever?
I used to, and I
Okay.
found out that no, I don't like to.
Right.
Because
Anymore, right? But
there's
you
a lot of
did, right?
information that comes with, yeah.
And the only reason why I'm saying is you never know who's like people drop in and out for whatever reason. They'll participate until they don't want to hear anymore. That's all I'm saying. Like I can go somewhere where somebody don't like melody, but if it's good, I'm gonna stay for a little bit until I'm done. So that's why I say we can't assume that everybody that voted is a male supporter. It was just like a neutral poll where people didn't have to identify themselves, what they believe, who they supported. The question is, would you watch? Some of them said no. Because maybe some of them don't like her, and it's like, damn, I got to find new content to cover.
Oh,
don't give me that much credit. That everybody over here, don't give me that much
no, I'm
credit.
saying, so I'm confused now, because are we saying, no, your question was about watching the network, right? Will we continue to
Yeah,
watch the network?
right. And okay, let me pull it up. And 98% said no, they would not. And then
Right.
hold on. And then we had Miss Deborah to come up and said, yes, I would. And I don't even know she's a millimeter. I know she's been on my channel a long time. She said, if Melody left, I'm still watching.
Right. And I said no too, but then I thought about it, because I'm going to be launching my own channel
Right.
in a few weeks. So I'm going to be watching Ready to Love. And so yeah.
Okay, let's do this. Now they say do a poll. They want we got 2,000 votes. Hold on. And 94%. Let me give you the new votes. Hold on. And then I want to do a poll. Now you done struck up a new poll, Bad Apple. They want me to do a new poll. Look. So now we have over 2,000 votes, y'all. Give me this. And then Bad Apple, they said, since you're here. All right, hold on. This one. Now we had 2,400 votes. 93% said they're not watching. Now y'all are saying do a poll and ask, are you a millimeter? See, Bad Apple? R.
Am I a
Watch
millimeter?
this. Hold on. No. It's a poll. Watch this. Are you a millimeter? I'm going to let it run for 5 minutes.
And The Voice asked if I can say the word event.
Hold on. No. Hold on. Who asked you that? Hey, Bad Apple, you got to be respectful on my panel.
Actually think I'm Letitia. I am not Letitia Scott.
Who asked you that?
I'm not.
Who?
One of the people in the chat asked me to say the word event, thinking that I might say.
What was the name? No. What's the name?
I think The Voice. Y'all, I am not Letitia Scott. Stop it.
Very interesting.
This happens all the time, Queen Shiba. But I just find it real, just because I have a slight lisp like Tisha. I find it real funny and idiotic that some of y'all think I'm Letitia Scott. Like,
you know you're not Letitia. All right, girl. Thank you for coming up.
Thank you, Queen.
Let's see. Hold on. So we got 2,400 votes. No, I'm not watching. 93%. So listen, y'all. Don't allow people to put curses on you. Don't allow witches to speak curses over you. And you know not what you carry. Let's see. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to pull up this other one. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to get it. Hold on, y'all. I got it going for 5 minutes. I got to get the other one. Hold on. I had to, hold on. Here we go. Okay, I started it. Can y'all see it? All right, we're going to let it run for 5 minutes. Simone, what are your thoughts?
I don't know.
Hold on.
What the hell is going on?
No, I mean, as far as I bet you know now.
Oh, I guess I don't know.
Listen, no, as far as the people that took the poll, I think it's a big assumption to assume they're all millimeters. I think you can't do that with data and numbers. What are your thoughts?
Oh, yeah,
Okay, let me ask So Crafty Lion.
I don't think everybody's a millimeter. I think some people are fans of the show. And look, a lot of people love Mel, but a lot of people can't stand her. So some people are here for different reasons. That makes sense?
Yeah, I agree.
That's my thought.
But I think that because I don't know, I just think that a content creator, because a content creator feels a certain way, that everybody has to feel that way. That's voting in the poll. I mean, it's not a bad thing, Miss Z. I just think it's like, unless you break it down and you really drill down on the data, we can't say everybody that voted is a millimeter and that you really want to see the real data. Now we're about to find out, but I'm glad that Bad Apple came up because somebody said, well, then let's do a vote. Angelique Antonio coming through with a 5-piece and a pepper said, that musical showcase last night, shout out to the queen for giving the palace glee. Listen, we had a time, did we not? Watch this. Did we not have a time?
I don't want to talk about it. you just said I'm gonna talk about it. I get angry. I don't want to.
Yeah, kicking it with Courtney is still nursing her wounds about losing that sing off to Fruit Gummy and L'Oreal. You had to be there. If you don't know what we're talking about, go back and watch Party in the Chat Monday night. Sexy RN coming through with a 5-piece and a pepper says the Scots are concerned that now Martell would drive the storylines. He's been driving the storylines. I don't know what they scared of now. They got on board with him when it was against Melody. What's the problem now, Willis? Okay, Tish the Great coming through with a 5-piece and a pepper. We appreciate you, Queen. Thank you for stopping by the palace. Angelique coming through with a 5-piece and a pepper. Why would I watch a show that cast members just said it ain't real? That's crazy to say it ain't real. We ain't never gave you anything. Go ahead, So Crafty Lion. All right, I thought somebody was okay. Here go Miss Z. Now, Miss Z, you gotta take what I put in front of you. She said, change the poll. At least she put something on it, though. She put a 10-piece and a pepper on it. She said, change the poll to are you a male supporter? Miss Z, are you a male supporter? Because you acting like you not. If what you say is true and everybody is, why you acting like you not? I'm dropping a link. I'm going to let you come speak for yourself. I know Bad Apple came up and windmill for you, but I'm tired of it.
What result does she want to see?
She says she a male supporter all day. So, Ms. Z, do you have 2 accounts rolling at one time? I mean, Ms. Z, you're going to have to come up here. Is Ms. Z? Yes, Bad Apple. You came up here. You trying to windmill, but see, you're going to get swung on in a minute. Don't let Ms. Z set you up. We need to hear you say it. Come on back up here because you playing with me in my chat. You act like you trying to prove something. Come on up here. Oh, they 2 different people? It don't matter. I'm still talking to Miss Z. Well, Miss Z ain't gonna come up here. All right. Hold on. Y'all are hilarious. I'm not gonna play with y'all. I'm not staying up late tonight. Miss J. Cole coming through with a 5-piece and a pepper says, first part of the season, we got Mel in the red phone. The last part, she wants no parts of this show. What happened at that damn reunion? Probably not a damn thing. Not a damn thing, probably. Coco Lee, remember for 10 months, says CK and the Scots are banking on millimeters to flake. All right. I think I got through everything. Now let's look at this poll about the millimeters. Because Miss Z gonna quit playing with me. And Miss Z, I'm just kidding with you. Okay. I hope you can take a joke because I'm letting you go in on me. Now y'all lying. The poll says, watch this, Miss Z. We can go all night. Watch this. I'm finna show you something. Hold on, Miss Z. I'm gonna show you how this works. Nina, follow me. Okay, Miss Z is up here. Nina, I'm gonna let you go first before I call on Miss Z. What you got?
Good evening, Queen. Nice to hear you, and thank you for allowing me to come up.
Absolutely.
I'm a little confused. I think that Melody has a good standing with OWN. And the question to me is, why is OWN paying Melody and not Kingdom Reign? I think that if she does take a back seat and does not appear on the show, I'm thinking maybe she's going to have more of another role as far as being a producer. What do you think about that? Like, she won't totally go away. She won't be on the show. I just feel like she's still going to have her hands in the mix. Because I love when she told them, while you guys were acting up, I was searching for your replacements. Mel searches for the talent. That's what she's been doing. So do you think that, yeah.
So, okay, what's your question again? Ms. Z, I see you. Okay, Ms. Z, you got to go back in. You got to go out. And then while you're out, turn off your camera because when you turned it off, it kicked you out. It won't let you connect. So go out, and before you enter the studio, turn the camera off and then come back in. Ms. Z, drop yourself and then come right back. I'm going to put it in the chat for you. All right, go ahead, Nina. What's your question?
Well, that was my question. Do you think...
Can you repeat it?
Yes, I am. I don't see Mel letting go of this because this was her show. But I think that if she does not come back and appear on camera, I think that she will still be in the background selecting the talent because that's what she did. That's what she does. She goes and finds new cast members and things like that. So do you think if she's not on the show that she would just drop everything about her show and just go away?
So how would
And let-
I mean? So how would that be beneficial to her financially?
she'll get paid. She's not gonna do it for free.
Do you think she would get paid more or less being behind the camera or in front of her?
I'm not sure. One of my questions, and I don't know because I don't know the logistics about
But
all that.
if you had to guess, who do you think makes more, the cameraman or the
It
talent?
depends. It depends on the position that she's put in,
If
on
hold
how
on,
she's
if you
going.
had to guess, and she goes from being Melody Shari to recruiting talent, what do you think would be more productive financially?
Well, when I say recruiting talent, that's not the only role I would think for her. I think she would still be a producer. And also, I think that she just still has a good standing with OWN. My question is, how does OWN pay her and not and Kingdom Reign pays everybody else? To me, that's like, what's going on?
So does OWN
Right?
pay her?
Well, that's what they've been saying, girl, do they? Am I wrong?
I'm asking you.
They say Melody get a check from OWN, not Kingdom Reign.
Does Melody get a check from OWN or does Melody get a check from IMDb?
From who? Say again.
IMDb.
I don't know who that is. Girl, don't do me like that. Don't you do me like Queen Shiba who? IMBD, who is that a little streaming service? What the hell is this?
It's ITV America, girl.
Okay, thank you for educating me on that because I didn't know what the heck was going on. I'll be honest with you. I ain't gonna front like,
It's
oh
not
yeah, girl,
IM
yeah.
hold on,
I'd be like, oh yeah,
Hold on, I'm messing
No.
with you. It's not IMDb. I did that on purpose. You right. It's ITV America. I was messing with you. You did good, Nina. I was playing with you now.
Thank you, girl. I mean, I was playing too. I was like, I don't know what the hell that is, though. I'm gonna be real. Like, what the is that?
Now let me ask
You
you this
know.
real quick. I'm not gonna answer your question. I'm gonna let you ponder. I'm gonna let your mind wander, like Ply said. If Melody
You
can
know
leave
how-
her marriage, hold on. If Melody can leave her marriage, you think she wouldn't have a hard time leaving this TV show?
No, but she
Okay.
loves
Hold
that
on.
show.
If Melody can leave her marriage, a man that she pledged her life to and have 4 kids, but you think she's more tied to Carlos and being on the show than she is to her marriage and keeping her kids together?
I think
sense.
that
Make
I
it
know.
make sense. I mean,
I'm trying to make it make sense because I don't know Carlos's longevity.
Nina,
Every
I'm
show
gonna
that
drop you.
What?
I'm finna drop. You know what? You did it to yourself. I'm finna put that white man on. You
Don't
mean
put the white
tell
man.
a woman?
No, just let me say what I gotta say. I don't know how long Carlos will last with his behavior. And the silence is deafening for me from OWN. I'm trying to figure that part out as well. But if Melody does not have the support, she probably will just walk away because she can do that. I mean, she can do pretty much pick whatever she wants to do. I just thought because this is one of her main things that she loved, that maybe she wouldn't let it entirely go. Like, you know, she would still be in the background making some moves. Is Carlos gonna be there forever, child? Is Kingdom Reign? Because ain't nobody feeling him. I don't even know why he's still around, to be honest.
You just answered your own question.
Okay. I ain't messing with you. Don't you put that white man on me. Don't you do it.
Damn near. I just about did. You really?
I know. I was just trying to ask a serious question.
But you answered it.
Okay. I'm gonna play it back and see what my answer was.
Okay. And then he'll be up tomorrow.
But I love you guys. Look, I'm done. I was
Okay.
just thinking that maybe she would be in a more of a background role. Not that because she needs the money. It's because it's her baby. That's all
Got
I'm
it.
saying. You know, so sometimes we let go in little big pieces and then we finally walk away. I mean, she's only human. You know what I mean? And so that's what I was thinking. But we shall see.
Okay. All right. We shall see. Now let me fight with Miss Z. Miss Z, come on up here.
Hello, good evening.
Oh Lordy. Miss Z, good evening. How you doing?
Good, how are you? How's the palace? Good
Pretty
evening, everybody.
You ready to fight?
I'm not gonna fight.
Okay. Now, what you talking about in the chat? Tell my how many tell us what you think, and Ms. Z, where you going with your argument?
I was just saying, based on my interaction with this channel, I'm thinking most of us support Melody. Either I know some people have some people do not like the term millimeter, so they would say male supporter, and some people do like the term millimeter and they would call themselves millimeter. So I think in my initial super chat, I should have said male supporters or supporters of male instead of millimeters. But my assumption, and of course it's an assumption, right? So it could be wrong. But my assumption is that most of us on this most of us that come to your platform support Mel.
Okay.
And so when you do a poll on your platform and we're all engaged, most of us, not all, I'm sure, definitely not all, but most of us supporting Mel would be like, nah, if she doesn't come back, we're not going to watch the show. That's what I was trying to say.
Okay. Let me ask you this. Would you watch the show if she didn't come back?
No.
Okay. Do you feel like what the show has become is now representative of what Mel wanted the show to show more of? Or
Ooh, absolutely not.
clear that Carlos's drama has filled the show?
That part. Yeah, the latter. Carlos's drama has messed everything up.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for coming up and being a good sport.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Kicking it with Courtney. Welcome. Welcome. Did you come up to fight with me tonight about your singing?
Oh, no, I don't have to fight about that. I know where I stand there.
I love you, Courtney. Welcome. Margaret,
Love you too, Queen. Hey, Palace. I just came up. I do want to preface with this. I did have a prior engagement, so I did not hear like a lot of the commentary. So I'm just going based off like the title of your video. So I hope that I'm not off base. Okay. So I do want to say with Melody, I just want to make this point with Melody. I feel like I never, and this is no diss to anybody because I haven't heard anything because I was doing something else and I kind of was in and out. I never look at Melody as a damsel in distress. I always look at Melody as she continues to elevate and keep her prayer life going and knows that she will always land on her feet. I do think, if I'm being honest, I do think that I feel like she has decided to exit the show. I think that she has decided that enough is enough. Sometimes you outgrow your environment and it's okay to spread your wings and kind of fly. You know what I mean? I think that's what she's done. I see her even aging out of the show. I think she's gotten to a point in her career. Look at her TikToks. Look at the people that she has on her TikToks. The caliber of celebrities that she have on her TikTok. She's just done, she did Marriage Mansion. She is building her 7th Avenue Beauty is just going up. She won the reality TV queen. She beat out Bravo stars. She beat out Bravo stars. Do you hear me? Like, I remember her saying that the guy that was running when the reality awards aired, the guy was like, come get in the chat. The millimeters are in the chat because we were in the chat deep. And that speaks volumes to me that he actually went to her personally to say, look, can you come in the chat because your supporters are in the chat? I think people see her. I see her elevating. I don't see her leaving this show as an ending. I see it as a new beginning. I see it as a chance to do what you really want to do. Sometimes you have a vision. She had a vision 7 years ago, but sometimes that vision changed. Your lens get a little bit clearer. And I can see her, exceeding and going above and beyond what Love and Marriage Huntsville, the direction that it's going in, the direction that Love and Marriage Huntsville is going in, with the Scotts being the head, Wanda coming back, talks of Slaw being on the show. I mean, who wants to watch that in my age demographic? Like, who? I know there's an appetite of people. I'm not going to act oblivious. Like, I don't know that there's people that say they don't want to, they want to see Slaw on the show and, they want to see Wanda. I'm not going to act oblivious to that. But, and I do think it would get ratings for that period, that first, maybe the first viewing, the first appearance. But after that, I don't see longevity anymore. I don't see, I think everybody would have to stand on what they have going on in their life, and they haven't shown us that they can hold to that pressure. So, I mean, sometimes you just grow and elevate and you have to leave that environment that you were in behind. And ain't nothing wrong with that. I see her elevating, growing and glowing, and I'm ready to follow her journey, her new journey.
Oh, I love it. Kicking it with Courtney. Such a womanly statement, packed with power. Great examples. Excellent examples that I didn't even consider. So hang out a little bit just in case I need to rely on your expertise. Margaret.
No problem, Queen. And I don't mind doing a solo after.
Okay, so go ahead.
I'm just kidding.
Go ahead and get your tea. We're going to let you sing us. We're going to let you take us home. Courtney's going to end us with a solo, y'all, tonight. Okay? She's going to work on her voice. Margaret, you ready? I put you on mute. You got to unmute yourself.
Hello.
Hi, Margaret.
You can't hear me?
I can hear you
Hi,
now.
Queen.
Hi.
I'm so happy to get on. How you doing? Oh, well, let me just make a quick comment.
Okay.
Huh? Okay, let me just make my quick comment. I hope Mel do lead the show, and I really think she got more fans than any of them. You hear me?
Yes, ma'am. That's it?
Hello.
Yes, ma'am. That's all you got?
I'm just glad to talk to you. I usually do my make my writing comments, right? But I'm just glad to get on and say hello, Queen Shiba.
Hi, Miss Margaret. I'm glad you
And
came
the
up
rest
tonight.
of the lady.
Listen, I
Okay,
gotta ask
you
Miss
guys.
Margaret. Hold on. There's a delay. I gotta ask you a question. I got a question for you. Just listen. I got a question. Hold on.
Baby, what's in there wine? I feel sexy as fuck. I see why y'all like wine.
Is that it? That was too cute. Okay, ladies, you guys have a good day and may Jehovah bless you all in the chat, okay?
Man, thank you for coming up, Miss Margaret. I'm gonna drop you down so you don't have to worry about how to do it, okay?
Thank you. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Oh, she was so cute. She was so cute. Okay, so listen, let me go to super chats and then I think I got 2 more questions and we're done. And I think Courtney's gonna lead us out of here, baby, with a solo. We're gonna, yeah. Hold on. Let's see. Let me see what I got, y'all. Oh, just a few. We're good. And then we're done. All right. Thank you for hanging in there. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Coco Lee coming through, baby, with a 5-piece and a pepper. She says, I blacked out all season to support Mel. Why would I watch after they succeed pushing her off the show? Is that hypocritical? Hashtag not supporting her abusers. Coco Lee, I like the fact that you chose very specific words because I questioned myself if this is the end, if rumors are true, could it be because OWN Network has not done their due diligence in supporting women and how they have depicted Black women when it comes to not just Love and Marriage Huntsville? When we think about the likes of Bell Collective, all of the other shows where women have said, I don't feel supported. I don't feel safe. The men have pressed too hard. This is not my kind of thing. Period, point blank. Angelique Antonio came back with that money comes to me with a 5-piece and a pepper. She says, I mean, at this point, what would be the reason for Melody to stay on the show? Good question. Sharon W. Why should Melody stay on the show?
If she's still on the show, let her be the navigator at different sections of the couples, like she did last time. We see her going to different. She's moving around. And I think that'd be nice to see her doing that. And that's how she moved the show along, 30 minutes.
Behind the scenes or in front?
Behind the scenes,
navigating, are you talking about what Nina talked about, like behind the scenes, or are you talking about in front of the camera?
In front of the camera.
Okay.
Because we can see her moving everybody on the show. And then behind the scenes, that she bring in new couples in, and then also help them move around behind closed doors, behind the scenes. I think it'd be faster in the flow.
Like a developer, a talent development strategist.
Yes.
Okay, got it. So Angelique says everyone keeps saying it's her baby, but it's about her business. You know what, Angelique? You see the vision, girl. You see the writing on the wall. That's what I was trying to get Nina to see. You know what I mean? And maybe she wants to leave on a high. I mean, she did just win. Like Courtney said, reality television queen. Why would I stay and let y'all run me in the ground when I just won one of the biggest awards ever, taking out some of the toughest talent at Bravo, Omarosa. That was a heavy lineup. Angelique Antonio came back, baby, with $2, a 2-piece and a pepper. She says, Courtney gets it. I love you. Courtney, you want to respond to that?
Thank you, Angelique. I love you back. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Courtney's in the back right now, Angelique, and I'm sorry she couldn't give you more of a detailed response. She's actually warming up for her singing. That's her.
That's me, y'all.
And the 1, and the 2, and the 3. She's warming up, but she'll be right out.
It's like, can I say something? It's like Melody got the award. It's like she, they gave her a bonus. So now let's go see what else you can do.
Well, Carlos didn't even highlight her when she won an award, so I don't even know if Own realizes that she won an award because nobody said a word. You know what? That alone, I will be fucking out.
Well, I thought I thought Own was the one who sent her to the show.
But did they recognize her after she won?
No, they didn't. But I do think they sent her there. But here's the thing: did they know she was going to win? If they knew she was going to win, and that's why they sent her, then they should have acknowledged her after it happened because she deserved it.
No, if they did know, they still should have acknowledged her.
Well, they always should, but
yeah. All right, Rochelle, member for 21 months, says Mel posted 2 Corinthians 6:17 in her story. She's out. Woo, y'all are smart. Listen, Angelique coming back. Oh, Hannah Grace coming through with a 5-piece and a pepper. Thank you, Hannah Grace. She says Mel's team dropped a T stating that Mel is part of the Discovery family. As of 2025, Discovery has 95% ownership and own, and that is why Carlos is upset. Ooh.
And that's Warner Brothers.
Okay.
That's Warner Brothers because Warner Brothers owns Discovery and Discovery owns 95% of OWN. That's why I was saying this may be something other than the way it looks.
Okay.
For her. Hopefully.
Well, we're going to be paying attention. Chronicles of Kim K coming through with a 5-piece and a pepper says, my sugarfoot. Courtney, eat the people up with that little secret escape. They waiting on you, Courtney. She's back. She's backstage getting ready. Samantha Helvey coming through with a 14-piece and a pepper says, I think Melody is quitting while she is on top and having fun. Queen, you said that's the best time to go. Listen, Samantha. Samantha deserves, I'm sorry, a round of applause. She did her homework. She did her homework, and what she's talking about is our book club behind the wall, Atomic Habits. The best time is quit. The best time to quit is while you're having fun and when you're on top, according to the author. That's what he said. And that's what Samantha is referencing. She says, Melody is on top and having fun. It's time to close the door quietly. Melody is gone just like Christina is gone. Who is Christina? Packed her shit and left and took her fan base. Who is Christina?
Yeah, who is Christina? I got another point. Do you remember I don't know, after the Messy Monday when Ikesha and Willie quit?
Ooh.
Oh.
I noticed.
That was on Christmas, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was like the Christmas episode, the last episode of the year. Mm-hmm. I noticed that Ikesha was in Melody's comments, like right after that. Melody posted a picture. And I'm just, I just pay attention. It could mean nothing and it could mean something,
Very interesting. Did you notice that after I quit, this is for all of y'all. Did y'all know that Ikesha quit first? Panel, yes or no?
Quit first from whom?
Bell Collective.
Before So Gucci?
Yep, she
Oh
quit.
yeah.
Okay, did y'all notice that?
Mm-hmm.
Are you aware what day she quit on?
No.
I think I might be.
Go ahead.
She quit right after the fight broke out at the party. She just didn't tell him because when they were leaving the party, her husband said, "That's it, we're done."
Okay, so she quit on. Hold on. Let me pull out my calendar. Y'all know I'll break down a number in a minute, and I could be
Oh,
wrong.
okay.
She quit. Let me pull up my calendar. Somebody pull up yours. If you beat me to it, let me know it. Akeisha quit on December. Okay, was it December 23rd? Can y'all fact check me? Can somebody run to YouTube real quick? Oh, we messy. Hold on. Listen, I need somebody to pull up YouTube and go to Carlos King's page. Can you tell me the last day he had a messy Monday? I'm sorry, trying to be funny. I'm just doing my math. It sounds messy, but I'm not
He
being
in the
messy.
bushes. He gonna private it right quick, Queen.
Huh?
He in the
Oh,
bushes.
hurry up,
Oh.
y'all. That's why I had to wait. Oh, I hope he don't hide it. Okay, the last time he did a messy Monday was when? 3 weeks ago. Okay. All right. That was December 23rd. Yep. That was December 23rd. 1, 2, 3. She quit Christmas. Let's just say Christmas. So Gucci quit New Year's Eve. Major holidays. Do y'all understand what happened?
What, they ruined this holiday?
Yeah. I'm sorry, Carlos. It's a fact. I'm not lying. It's a fact. They got you.
And
Leave
then
the women
Akeisha said
alone.
Merry Christmas.
Hmm?
Akeisha said Merry Christmas.
Pretty much. And so Gucci said Happy New Year.
Not to go off topic, but have you heard the text that Akeisha read that Latrice sent her?
Yeah.
Okay.
But let me tell you, so that I don't really have much to say because that was anger over grief mixed in with beef, mixed in with da 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 da.
It was a lot. Whew.
But she just lost her nephew. That's not an excuse.
But it's a reason.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead and break it down real quick before I go to the next super chat.
No, I was saying I understand it's not an excuse, but it is the truth of her pain.
Yeah. And I'm not saying Akeisha did any wrong. That's not what I'm saying. So that part, I was like, let me sit this one out.
Yeah.
Because my view may be skewed a little bit. Does that make sense?
It does. I just heard it and I was like, oh wow. Oh
But I
my.
can respect that she said it to her.
Yeah.
She said it straight to her. It don't make it right, wrong, or indifferent, but at least she said it to you. She didn't go through nobody else. I can respect that. Coco Lee coming through with a 5-piece and a pepper says clarification. Mel should leave and her fan base too. Let Love Marriage Huntsville survive off show fans, T Squad, and Mar Soldiers. Not on the back of millimeters. Don't tell me, tell y'all, because y'all sat there in his live and let him call y'all all kind of names and you stay tuned in. That I don't understand. Miss Blackberry Tyra coming through with a 2-piece and a pepper. Last night was lit. Come through, Courtney. Yes. Was it not? Was it not? Samantha Elvey coming back, y'all, with a 3-piece and a pepper. Said Christina, the maid from Diary of a Mad Black Woman. Oh, but she damn near drowned him before she left. Okay. Okay, now you're going to have to help me. Brigitte Lestrupes coming through with a 5-piece and a pepper says, I believe in my heart of hearts that God said, go, child. I'm happy for her. Go, Mel, go. Did I say your name right? Critical Thinker 3 coming through with a 5-piece and a pepper says 2 Corinthians 6:17, therefore go out from their midst and be separate from them, says the Lord, and touch no unclean thing, and then I will come to you. And then I will come to you. Ooh, y'all on fire tonight. And with that being said, thank you for tuning in, everybody. It's been a hell of a show. I lied. I said I was going to be here for 45 minutes, but y'all were obedient to the calling. So we stayed an extra hour. I hope this has gotten you thinking about how you're going to invest your time, because your time is important, whether you know it or not. Simone Wealthy came up and said, hey, listen, I don't know if y'all know, Roland Martin actually said there are meetings upon meetings upon meetings, assessments, focus groups, talks about how big investors want to invest. And they loop all of you Black people, not me, but y'all. They loop all of you Black people in a bucket. Y'all, you got to understand my sense of humor. They put all of y'all in a bucket and they said, you know what? They're all the same. Let them fight. They're going to tune in anyway. Black excellence. What is that? Just put it there. They'll watch it, Ted. I'm telling you, trust me on this one. And she said, not only that, he has the numbers to support it. And I said, I know you lying. She said, no, I'm not. I'll get it to you today by the end of this call. And I said, send it to me. And then I told y'all, do you want me to break it down publicly or privately? Y'all say, bring it to us publicly. So I'm going to wake y'all up. We're going to do this thing in real time. And for those of you that are data peeper, like my grandma said, data peeper. I like making myself laugh. But anywho, if we got any data peeper out there in the audience, and when we pull up those numbers, and if you want to come and break it down and assist us in facilitating that conversation, you're more than welcome. We're going to do that in the next 24 to 48 hours. We appreciate y'all for pulling up with the palace, having a very technical conversation, because we did support it with data, analytics, numbers that Melody Shari pulled, her mother pulled compared to those of OWN. We also supported it with doing live polls. White people love numbers. And white people, dear white people, if you're tuned in, numbers do not lie. Let me put them back on the screen. Let me put them back on the screen. You saw them. Hell, I ain't putting it back. And if you didn't, that should be a write-up for your social media coordinators that were not paying attention. Let me take it off. That's it. That's all. Should we? If you're new here, y'all, I'm goofy as hell. But we have a good time over here. Now, Kicking It with Courtney is going to sing, but give me 1 second. Hold on. Let me get it teed up. Let me see what I got. I'm let her. Let me get it teed up. I'm sorry. Okay, I got it teed up. Here we go.
Ever diagnosed with any type of like mental illness or any type of diagnosis, any type of learning disability, anything like that?
I have a crazy problem.
Courtney, I love you. You know I'm silly as all get out. Are you ready to do your solo?
You know what? I don't think my vocal cords are warmed up.
Oh, don't do that, Courtney.
I don't think my vocal cords are warmed up. And you know, I sang my heart out last night. I did such a great job. Yeah.
Oh, no, you didn't. No, you did not. Winter, who want to close us? Is L'Oreal in the chat since Courtney don't want to do her solo?
Really? Oh, really, Queen?
Oh, you just said you was going to close us out.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol. Let me see if my voice is warmed up.
Go on mute.
No.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Okay. You ready?
I think I'm ready. Are you guys ready?
I think you got it.
Okay. Y'all ready? Can y'all hear me?
Go ahead.
Okay.
The audience is here.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hear me? Okay.
She's singing a solo. Solo we can hear.
I'm not gonna play with you.
I don't know why y'all can't hear me.
That's a solo act.
Hold on, Philly Yvette. Can you come back, Philly Yvette? Let me drop the link because Philly Yvette, come on up here. Philly Yvette, can you close us out? Come on, Philly Yvette. Courtney, Courtney, Philly Yvette gonna close us out. Courtney got up next week, y'all.
Yeah, I got y'all next week.
And Lala's gonna rap next week. Come on, Philly Yvette, real quick. I need you to do exactly what you did last night. Don't switch it up. Come on, Philly Yvette. Come on. We're gonna let Philly Yvette take us home. And we done. Philly Yvette. I knew my friend was coming. I hope she come. Where's Philly Yvette? Here she go. I knew she was all right. Philly Yvette, go ahead and do your behind. Okay, y'all ready? Y'all ready? Philly Yvette is here.
Okay.
All right, Philly Yvette. Mic check 1, 2, 3. Mic check 1, 2, 3.
Okay. All right.
Can you tell?
I know
Hold on,
what I'm
wait,
saying.
before you start. Can you give them? Can you just tell them what you're gonna sample as you usher us out the palace? What you
Okay.
thinking?
I think I'm gonna do Whitney Houston, "Saving All My Love." I can't think of anything else. That's why.
You don't want to do the one you did last night?
No, because I don't like Escape. I'm sorry, Courtney.
Drop it, Queen. Drop it right now.
Okay.
Drop it right now.
Lori, is Lori here? Lori Bell? I mean, Lori. Bell. All right, we going on mute. Philly Yvette, you go ahead and sing your heart out.
All right. Okay, I'm singing.
Mute up, so
You stolen moments is all that we share. You got your family and they need you there. So I try to resist being last on your list. What no other man's gonna do. So I'm saving all my love for you. That's all I'm singing. And then I just realized this is a side chick song.
Yes. Come on, take them. It's not very easy
Thank you,
living
Queen.
all alone. Come on, Philly.
My friends trying to tell me find a man on my own.
Hey.
But each time I tried, I just break down and cry. 'Cause I'd rather be home than let you. So I'm saving all my love for you.
Bravo. You sound almost as
recovered.
good as
Girl,
me,
you
girl.
better sing.
Now you're gonna have coleslaw saying that they was talking about her on Queen Shiba's YouTube.
Who said that? Oh.
I'm telling you, wait a minute. I said we used to make side chicks sound sophisticated. Now these new ones like coleslaw is crazy.
Oh
She
my
gonna
God.
she
Philly
gonna say
is
Queen
good.
Sheba had somebody singing about her.
Her likeness. I'm
Yeah,
just saying.
they mentioned my likeness in a song.
Y'all, did she do good or what? Palace?
That was excellent.
Philly girl, that was
Excellent.
amazing.
It was good.
Amazing. You almost sound as good as me, girl.
Lala, did she do good or what, Lala? Give her props.
She did amazing. She did amazing. I just came here to support my sister, my darling Courtney.
Well, Courtney's going to be back live in the Palace next Monday for Party in the Chat at 7:35 p.m. Central Standard Time. And then Lala is going to do a wrap-off.
I'm going to be Lala Rose on Monday, okay? Be ready, people.
I love you, Lala.
Lala.
Ooh, la, la, la. It's the way that when we do one thing. Ooh, la, la, la. Who's going to be your hype man? Hey.
My hype man, she ain't here.
Oh, Sugar.
Sugar.
Well, y'all make sure y'all practice all this week.
Yeah, no, she's just going to hype me up from the back. I got it, Queen. Like I said, I'm going to be Lala Rose. Get ready. If you didn't know, now you know.
Baby.
Period, Lala.
Okay, well, we're going to be ready. We will be here for Monday Night Party in the Chat. Make sure y'all get your kids situated, your food cooked early on Sunday. We will be back again. And with that being said, I got one more super chat. Words Do Matter coming through with a 20-piece and a pepper says, then the male supporters black out. made them sit up and made them take notice. You know what? You may have a good point. And with that being said, thank you, everybody. They're saying excellent live. Thank you, Simone, Wealthy. Thank you to all of you wonderful men and women that came up tonight. Thank you, Kicking It with Courtney, Sharon, So Crafty Lion, Philly, Yvette. Thank you, Lala. Listen, Angelique, have a wonderful night, everybody. And thank you, most of all, Palace. We could not do it without you. God bless you all. We will see you tomorrow on Corporate Wednesday. That is a conversation. Corporate Wednesday, where we talk all things corporate America. Listen, we're going to get them right one way or the other. Okay. Good night, everybody. God bless you.
Night.
Good night. God bless.
All right.
You wanna argue? I can't argue with you. You mad? I can't argue with you. No. Look at you. Look at you. You mad? Look at you. You big mad. I'm happy.